Hello, and welcome back to episode 2 of my year-long library challenge. Now, episode 1 didn't go that well because I had two average books, one that I outrightly hated, and one that I gave 4 stars, but I wasn't entirely sure if I liked it. But I had to give the writing praise. Anyway, let's hope that the rest of this challenge goes well. Yeah, let's hope that the rest of... Let's hope that episode 2 with my picks goes better. So, yeah, for this one I'm going to do May, June, July, and August. So you're going to see 4... Yeah. It's going to be the next 4 months. My prompt for May is book with a friend group. Now, I have my book picked out, but I have to wait until Monday to pick it up because today's public holiday, then it's the weekend, so I have to wait until Monday for my library to be open for me to go and grab it. And I will catch you guys in May, which is about 5 days. So I'll see you when it's May and I've started my book for this challenge. Bye. Hello. So it is not actually the 1st of May until tomorrow, but I start back at my course for the second half, for the last couple of months of, the course. And so I will be reading my book for that on the train to and from, but I thought I would tell you what it is. It is The Clover Girls by Viola Shipman. Oof, the shine on that. Yeah. Anyway, this is about... There were these 4 best friends who met at a summer camp and then became best friends. And then at some point, and then they've obviously gone off and gone their separate ways. And then, so they're now middle-aged and they got sent a letter. And 3 of them got sent a letter by the 4th one. And so they decide to go back to this camp and see each other again for the first time in quite a long time, because they were girls and they're now middle-aged later on. But yeah, this fills the prompt of friendship group because it's definitely a group of girls who are friends. Yeah, so it'll be interesting seeing what I think of this. Like I said, I didn't have the best luck with the books in the first part of this challenge. Hopefully we start off strong with a good book as my first read for these 4 months. Bye! It's gonna be May. Hello. Okay, so it's May 5th, and I have already finished my book for the May prompt for my library challenge, The Clover Girls by Viola Shipman. I actually quite enjoyed this book. I'm giving it a 4-star. Basically, it's about these 4 girls who meet at camp. You've got Elizabeth or Liz, then you've got Veronica or V, you've got Rachel, and then you've got Emily. Now, they were best friends at this camp when they were kids. And they became known as the Clover Girls, hence the name. But basically, they went through some stuff, and this really just emphasized that teenage girls can be quite cruel, and it only takes one action to tear people apart. Basically, they all betrayed each other in one way or another, And so that tore them apart as adults. Yeah, so they all started with that, and then we're sent to the later on, and Veronica is married with two kids. She had a modeling career, but then she gave that up for her husband's job, and so she ended up moving a lot with her and her kids. And yeah, so she basically gave up her modeling thing and is now a mum in sort of a miserable life. And then you've got Rachel. She went on to attempt to be an actress. She succeeded in a successful show, and then she went into a spin-off, but that turned her into a Hollywood joke, and so she struggled to get work as an actress after that. Then she started working in politics, like one of those PR politic managers, and yeah, she doesn't actually like her job. And then you've got Liz. Liz is basically divorced, has nothing to do, she doesn't see her children or grandkids, and yeah, she basically has to accept that her kids want nothing to do with her, and yeah, her mom's also dying for most of this book, so she's pretty much on her own. And basically, the three girls who I've mentioned, they all get a letter from the fourth girl, Emily, who starts the letter with, "By the time you read this, I'll be dead." So basically, she's dying, and she sends a letter to the other three, essentially telling them that they need to forgive each other. And then they go back to the camp to scatter Emily's ashes, and Emily leaves them a note saying that she's bought the camp and she's going to leave it to the three of them, but in order for them to get the camp, they need to stay there, all three of them together, for a week, and just reunite and just attempt to fix their friendship. If they can do that, then the camp's for them. Because basically, I didn't talk much about Emily because we don't know her story, because essentially by the time they're adults, she only comes into the book in letters. But yeah, essentially, Emily didn't have anyone else to leave the money to, so she ended up buying the camp that is pretty run down. And yeah, so the three girls now decide to stay. If nothing else, they want to honor Emily, who was like the glue that held their friendship together. And so she was the one who kept trying to keep the peace and keep them together. And yeah, so I don't want to go too much into spoiler details, but this was a very well done story, and it was a good look at friendship and how forgiveness and friendship should be stronger than anything. Because girls can be cruel. They all accepted that. But at the end of the day, they're still friends, and they're each other's family. Yeah. Overall, I thought this was a good book. I'm giving it 4 stars, and I will catch you guys in June. Bye! Hi. So, I am now officially getting to the June book for this library challenge. For this one, I simply went with an LGBT book. For that, I'm going to do Bury Your Gays by Chuck Tingle. I don't think I really need to say what this is about, because everyone seems to know it, because it's everywhere. But, yeah, I am going to be reading Bury Your Gays by Chuck Tingle. Bye! I am now just under 100 pages into Bury Your Gaze, and I'm actually quite enjoying it so far. I think it's just it's gonna start getting into the horror stuff. It sort of did in those pages, but hopefully it's gonna get more into the horror side. But yeah, I am quite enjoying that, and it's quite realistic to what I know about the film industry. Basically, the main character, Misha, has been given an ultimatum. Either if he makes his characters gay, he has to kill them. Yeah, to hit some algorithm. Which, yeah, I think is dumb. But, hey, that's legit to how Hollywood executives work. But yeah, this is quite well done so far. And it's my first time reading Chuck Tingle too, so hopefully he does well. Yeah, so it is quite a good read. It is quite a good read so far. And I'm reading it quite quickly. Like that 94 pages did read quite quickly. It did help that the first chapter was like 30 pages in. So by the time I finished the first chapter, I was a good deal in already. I don't have much to say about it so far. I will be back with another update once I've read some more. And I will catch you guys whenever that is. Bye. Hi. So I have now finished Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle. I really enjoyed this one. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. But it's still the best of the books that I've read so far for this challenge. And yeah, it was really good. I feel like the horror element was wrapped up a bit too quickly, and that's why it's a 4.5 and not a 5. But yeah, definitely glad I read it. And I will catch you guys in July for the next prompt. Bye! Okay, so it is halfway through July, and I'm only just picking up the July book, Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. I'm about 4 chapters in, 3 chapters in, I'm about to start chapter 4, which is about 38 pages. So far, this book's kind of fun. I have been giggling, I've been smiling. Yeah, it's a good time. It's just a cute romance. I haven't done any romance for this reading challenge yet, so I thought I would do it for July. And the prompt for this was orange cover. This definitely fits that vibe. But yes, so this is about this girl, Lenny. She has basically, I'm not going to be giving anything away because basically what's happened is in the summary. Basically what's happened so far is in the summary. Basically, Lenny has lost her best friend, and she's been avoiding everything. And the only thing she has going for her is this babysitting job where she's babysitting a 7-year-old named Annalise. The one thing she doesn't like about this babysitting job is a boy that seems to come with it, Miles. So it's definitely like a hate to love kind of story. They're not really enemies. She doesn't like him. It's not obvious if he likes her yet, but it's definitely obvious that she doesn't like him. Like, she just finds him extremely annoying. So yeah, it's definitely going to be one of those like hate to love stories. The way that the last chapter ended, they're already kind of in a way sleeping together. I mean, yes, they're on a ferry and they're on opposite benches, but they're still together and sleeping. So I feel like that can count. Yeah, so far I'm really liking the writing style. I think the story's cute and the character, and it's fun. Yeah, and it's fun. So yeah, I am enjoying it so far. I'm probably going to get most of this read today, or tonight, if not all of it, because it is quite a quick read. Because it's a romance and I normally read those pretty quickly. But yeah, I will keep you updated. Bye! I don't know why every time I pick up this camera, it's miserable weather outside, so the lighting is actually atrocious. But we're going to go with it. Because I have... let me just put that down. Yeah. So I have finished Promise Me Sunshine, which is my July prompt. I am giving this book 5 stars. I really loved it. I thought it was well done. And it was a great look at, like, grief and how to move on after the people you love most die. And the romance was actually kind of a subplot in this. Like, this was more about the two characters getting over their grief together. And then just falling in love naturally. But yeah, I really did enjoy this. And I will be giving it 5 stars. I don't really know if I told you anything about it. Basically, it's about this girl, Letty. I mean, her real name's Helen, but the friend who passed away thought it would be... Apparently, they had a thing where if she has an old man named, so does she. So yeah, they were Lenny and Lou, and yeah, she passes away, and this takes place like a few months after she passes away. She ends up babysitting this kid, Ainsley, and she develops a friendship with the mother, Reese, and the love interest, Miles, is the uncle of Ainsley and Reese's brother. And basically the deal is he'll help her with this list this like live again list that Lou wrote for Lenny to make it that she moves on after Lou passes away. And Miles wants Lenny's help to bond with Ainsley and Reese, who are the only family he has left after his mother and cousin passed away in a car crash. Yeah, so like I said, it's quite a sweet story about like grief and moving on after the people you love most die. And yeah, I do recommend this one. It was very good. I think this is the best one that I've read in my reading challenge so far. And yeah, I will see you guys in August. Bye. Hi. So I'm just doing this really quick thing to introduce my August book for this challenge. I will be reading Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendall Blake. This is for... The prompt I had for this one was mystery, thriller, horror. I could pick any of 3 of those. And I was intrigued by this one. There were a lot of books I was considering, but I needed something that was relatively quicker to read. And because this is a YA, it should be relatively quicker. Because I am heading overseas at the start of September, and I want to make sure that this is done so that I can get the video up before I go. So yeah, I did choose a YA horror or thriller. I don't actually know which one it is. But yeah, this is my pick for August. Hi. So yeah, I have started Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendall Blake. I'm 2 chapters in, but this book is like giving me Supernatural, the TV show vibes. Basically, the main character, Cass, has inherited a unusual vocation, which is he kills the dead. So basically, he kills bad ghosts, and he's basically... I really need to stop using that as a filler word. He's avenging his father, basically. So he and his mother just bounce between towns. He doesn't stay in a town long enough to like settle it, to find a permanent place. He kills the ghost and then moves on. He's specifically going to look for Anna dressed in Blake. Sorry, Anna dressed in blood. So that's what he's got. He's specifically tracking down this ghost with his mother and his cat. Yeah, so I just got the biggest, like, supernatural vibes from this. A son is avenging a parent who was killed in the line of duty doing what they're known for, and he doesn't stay in one place too long to, like, do anything, really. Although, unlike John Winchester, his mother wants him to give it up and go back and actually go to college, which, if anyone knows Supernatural, that's exactly what John Winchester didn't want them to do. Yeah, so I'm not very far in. Yeah, I'm only a couple of chapters in, but that's the vibes we're getting this so far. It is quite a quick read. I can't decide if I'm enjoying it because I haven't read enough of it, but I will keep you updated. Bye! I am down here, and this camera is most likely going to fall at some point, but I did finish my August book for this reading challenge, Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendall Blake. I started off really liking this. It literally just felt like a supernatural episode. Literally, you had this guy who's avenging a parent who was killed by hunting ghosts. And that's 100% how Dade and Sam got into this. And then you've got his mother who's a witch, but that's not really connected to the supernatural feels. And then he meets this guy Thomas, who he teams up with to hunt, therefore making them feel like Dade and Sam. And the main character's name is Cass. Castiel. Yeah, it felt so much like a supernatural episode. I did enjoy this. Basically, Anna Dressed in Blood, he is in this town to specifically find Anna Dressed in Blood and do what he does best and kill the ghosts. But there's something about Anna that he can't kill. And yeah, so this just becomes that story. It was going to be a 4-star, but yeah, there's a cat in this book, and something happened to it that I really didn't like, so it got sunk down to a 3.5 because of that. And yeah, so that officially ends the August Library Challenge and the section and the months of this part of the vlog, like these 4 months. So this video will be up probably not long after I finish this update, but it is like 10 o'clock at night, so probably not tonight. But yeah, overall this quarter went a hell of a lot better than the first one. I had a lot more wins in these 4 months. And yeah, I can't wait to see what the rest of the books for this year are gonna bring. And I'll catch you guys in whatever video comes up next. Bye!